On February the 15th, 2017, a 13-year-old Gwats posted his first ever YouTube video. It was a trick shot I hit, filmed on my phone. That was it. But ever since that 5-second video, I have been on a mission. Searching the internet far and wide, watching, questioning, and learning as much as I possibly could to give myself all the tools necessary to create the greatest content this platform has ever seen. And now in 2024, after 7 long years and hundreds of thousands of hours poured into my craft that I love so much, I have finally found the one source of content that will allow my channel to reach its long overdue peak. Yeah, we're making a tier list video. Okay, boys, look. Everyone calm down. I know this looks bad.
Shut up, bitch.
In my Discord, when I'm live on Twitch, a lot of people ask me my opinions on the new season. You know, who's going to finish where? How's this team going to do? How's that team going to do? So next time someone asks me that, I'm just going to direct them to this video. Yeah, look, before we get into anything, where is he? Max. Guys, Max is going to be champion. Oh, fuck off. Controversial opinion, I know, but let's be real. Max is 100% winning the championship. I'll get into the details of it in a minute when we get closer to the top. Anyway, down at the bottom of the grid. So, first of all, I'm putting K-Mag in last place. I'm not going to do this for every driver, but I think K-Mag's only going to score 1 point. Just specifically 1 point. I'm not sure what race he's going to be at. The Haas is going to be the worst car on the grid. 100% the Haas is going to be the worst car on the grid. However, I do not think that Hulkenberg is going to be 18th. I think that Zhou Guanyu, sorry Zhou, again, another good driver. I think Zhou's going to be in 19th. Yeah, his 3rd season in Formula 1. I think he's a really good driver, but he doesn't have the experience to drag results out of a car, basically. So I think he's going to be in 19th, and then I'm going to put Hulkenberg in 18th. His qualifying results, stuff like that. I think Hulkenberg overall is the better driver. I think he won't score more than 5 points, I don't think. It will be like 5 to 10 points in that range. 1 or 2 decent results out of the Haas. He'll do better than K-Mag, so I'm going to put him 18th. Now, I'm going to put Bottas in 17th place. Again, I like Bottas, but at this point, he is just completely mentally checked out. He's just biding his time until Audi come in. So I think he'll be able to get some decent results out of the car. I mean, he might get into Q2 a few times, stuff like that. He will get some decent results, but I think at this point he's just completely mentally checked out, waiting for Audi to rock up, basically. 16th, I'm going to go... Where is he? I'm going to go with Logan Sargent. I think Logan will get some decent results. I'm not sure how many times he got into Q2 last season. The only time I remember is Zandvoort, and he binned it straight after. So Williams won't be amazing, but he's going to learn a lot over the summer. He's going to get into Q2 a lot more often. He's going to get some points now and again. Anyway, this is where it's going to get. This is my controversial... I have 2 hot takes in this video. This whole row, 14th and 15th, guys, let's not take the piss. Alpine are locking out the 14th and 15th row. Come on, boys. I'm not sure if you've all seen, reports have come out. Basically, Alpine, people are predicting they're the worst team on the grid. Project Alpine is basically over. Like, at this point, they should just go back to Renault. If you make a car this bad that you have to strip off this much paint, I feel like this should not be allowed. Because if you've made a car this bad that you feel like you need to strip off this much paint for carbon fiber, the car is obviously too bad to save. Like, let's be real. Like, you deserve to reap the bad rewards of making a bad car. Like, they have so much money. I don't think Esteban's a bad driver. I do not think Pierre's a bad driver. I think they're both very, very good drivers. They've just made the wrong decision. They've come to the wrong team. Hundreds of drivers have made poor... I mean, Fernando's made like 15 poor team choices just on his own, bro. Anyway, next up, best of the rest, we are going to go with Albon. I think Albon is going to have a very good season. I think he had a very good season last season. When the car performed well, when he was given his chance to get a good result, he always got the good result. You know what I mean? But obviously, Albon has the added motivation because not only is the Williams going to be good and he wants to achieve with Williams, but he has the added motivation of showing himself, showing the grid he's a good driver, so he is offered a better seat next season. So I think he has a lot riding on this season, and he has the extra motivation. Next up, potentially a controversial one.
Fuck off,
I'm going to put Lance Stroll in 12. Yeah, I mean, I like Lance. I mean, honestly, I think about Turkey 2020 qualifying at least like once a week. Calling Lance a good driver is a bit of a questionable opinion nowadays. So, guys, please do not dislike the video. I think the problem is that he does not, as we've seen a lot last season, I don't think he wants to be an F1 driver. I think his dad wants him to be an F1 driver. I think we can all agree, whether you like Lance or not, we can all agree that he would not be in F1 if his dad was not the team owner. He would 100% not. He would 100% not be in F1, at least for this long. Yeah, I've not really got much to say about Stroll. He's just going to have a bit of a mid-season. Again, the car, I don't think the car's going to be as good as last year. Anyway, next up, I'm going to put Yuki Tsunoda in 11th, and I'm going to put Fernando Alonso in 10th. And I've put them together. I mean, we're going to refer to them as Toro Rosso, boys. I'm not calling them their other name. All right, I don't care. I think Toro Rosso have been massively sandbagging in testing. I think they are going to be, like, honestly, near the top of the midfield. I mean, compared to the start of last season, where they did have the worst car on the grid, I think they're going to have a really, really, really good car. Actually, I'm going to put all of them in right now. I'm going to put Daniel in P9. That's what I'm talking about! the only teams that are real midfield teams are, at the moment, in my opinion, Aston Martin and Toro Rosso. I really don't think the Aston Martin is going to be that good this season. I'm not going to lie. I think they will be good. I think Yuki's going to have a really good season. It just feels wrong not putting Alonso in the top 10. Anyway, Yuki P11, he's going to perform well. It's going to be a bit of an on and off season. Anyway, next one, Alonso in P10. I think Alonso is going to have, it's going to be a bit of a questionable season. I don't think Aston Martin will be anywhere near what they were last year. Like, there's no chance they're getting a podium in Bahrain. I think they will have some podiums this season, but I don't think it's going to be, they're going to be a very midfield team this season. I think, very midfield team. But anyway, Daniel P9, he's going to be the best of the rest for the midfield, which again is basically just two teams and Albon at this point. Very similar to Albon, he has the added motivation because he knows that the Red Bull seat, if he performs well, the Red Bull seat will be there for him. But yeah, again, Yuki's not going to have a bad season, but I just feel wrong putting him ahead of Alonso, and I just feel weird putting Alonso any lower than 10th, but I don't think he's going to be any higher than that either. Anyway, in 8th place, I have George Russell. Let me slide him in here. There you go, George. Yeah, he's a good driver, but I don't think it's going to be his best year. At this point, Mercedes, I mean, since 2022, they've really made like no real, I mean, if anything, 2023 was a step backwards from 2022 because they were I felt like they were nowhere near winning a race. 2022 Brazil, they dominated like a 1-2 finish. They had a great result, but 2023 was a step backwards. I think 2024 Mercedes, they've got it so wrong that nothing will really change until 2026. Yeah, I just don't see much changing. It's going to be a bit of a disappointing season, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Okay, 7th place. I am going to go with, yeah, I'm going to put Hamilton. I'm going to put Hamilton in 7th place, boys. I think, again, he's going to have a disappointing season. Actually, I'm going to put both of these guys in together. I'm going to put Hamilton in 7th, and I'm going to put Perez in 6th place. So, honestly, at this point, I would even go as far as to call Mercedes like a slightly midfield team. Like, they are just struggling so much at the moment. I think Lewis is going to have a good season. Again, at this point, like, I know he wants to give everything to Mercedes, but if it gets like 5 or 6 races in and their car has not improved at all, he will get a few podiums. He'll obviously do better than George, but I think it's going to be, I'm predicting 7th and 8th for Mercedes. And then I've gone with Perez P6. Sergio Perez. Yeah, what a guy. What a guy. I think Perez is a good driver, but I just think he probably had his confidence knocked quite a lot last season. I just think I don't think he'll get a win, honestly. I do not think he'll get a win. Compared to Max, he's going to have a really bad season. Sorry, Perez. You're a lovely guy, mate, but it's not going to happen. I'm going to lose my job. See, I'm debating if I should do this or not because I have a very hot take. All right, we're going to do it, boys. So we're going to go 5th place. I'm going to put Piastri. Piastri finished 9th last season. The car was not very good for most of the season. And obviously, in his rookie season, to finish P9 is a great result. So to go from P9 to P5 in his second season on the grid, I think Oscar's going to have a great season. Like, consistently in Q3, consistently scoring very good points. Okay, guys, everyone stay calm, right? I will say my piece as to why I am doing this, but I'm going to put Charles Leclerc in P4, and I'm going to put Carlos Sainz in P3, and we're going to put Lando in P2. Now, this is the most controversial thing I've done this whole video. I genuinely think that Carlos will outscore Leclerc, and I'll get into why, all right? I think Leclerc will win at least one race this season. I think he will have a great season. The Ferrari is built around Leclerc every single season. I cannot think of one race this season, 2023, where Leclerc even came close to winning a race. Like, I think he obviously got quite a few podiums. If we look at Singapore, not only did Sainz win that race, I think he absolutely dominated. I think Sainz put in a champion's drive in Singapore, and I did not see Leclerc once last season put in anything close to a level of performance that Sainz put in. Leclerc wasn't even on the podium. I don't even know where he finished, but I did not see Leclerc put in that level of performance once in 2023. I really like Carlos. I think he's a great driver. I think he's a great guy. He will slightly make them question their decision. Although they would never get rid of Leclerc, I think he will have a great season. I think he'll win at least one race, maybe 2. I think Leclerc will win a race as well. I think Sainz will win multiple, and I think Sainz will very much push Lando for P2 in the championship and even get fairly close to Max. He won a race and Leclerc didn't, and the car is not even built around Carlos, and I think this season he will continue that form, and I think that overall he will have a better season than Leclerc. Anyway, I've got Lando P2. Yeah, I think Lando, he's going to have a great season. I'm pretty confident putting in P2. I think it will be very, very close. I think it will be very, very close. I feel like these two could be like within like 20 to 30 points, you know what I mean? And it might come down to like a final race, like Abu Dhabi, who gets second in the constructors. And then obviously I put him in right at the beginning, but let's talk about Max. Max will be champion, but there is no way, I can promise you now, there is no way he will win 19 races. I think, honestly, this is the last hot take of the video because it's almost over. I think Max will only win, I think, about 13 to 14 races this season, potentially more. 14 is obviously enough to win the title. The rest of the race wins will be shared between 5th, 4th, 3rd, and 2nd, but no lower than that. I think the other wins will be shared between those guys. Yeah, that's basically it, boys. That is my driver championship prediction for the 2024 season. I'd love to know your guys' opinions. I'd love to hear some hot takes because I'll try and put them all on screen now. I've thrown out quite a few hot takes for this season, so I'd love to hear one or two of you guys' guys' hot takes in the comment section down below. I think it's going to be a great year. I think it's going to be a really, really fun season. There's going to be lots of interesting things happening. Should be quite interesting, boys. Should be quite interesting. Anyway, appreciate you all. It feels weird because I don't normally do an outro. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you all in the next video, which will be soon, hopefully.